Have you ever found The Cursed Book, a tale of mystery and dread? It is a true horror story of the cursed book I found in a dusty library. Legend states that every reader faces dark fates after turning its pages. First, I felt an eerie chill as I started reading. Soon after, strange shadows appeared in my room. My nights became restless with terrifying dreams of the unknown. But the curse didn't lift. It lingered as a dark cloud. In summary, The Cursed Book changed my life. Curiosity beckons, but beware. And I found the book in a dusty library tucked under the spiderweb. Its leather cover was cracked, the title etched in faded gold, Veritas Noctis. The words felt wrong, like they burned my eyes. The librarian, an old man with trembling hands, warned me not to read it. Some things are better left unread, he said. I laughed it off, asked him to issue the book, and took it home. That was my first mistake. The book sat on my coffee table for days. I lived alone in a small Boston apartment, the kind with creaking floors and windows that rattled in the wind. I was a writer, always chasing the next story, and Veritas Noctis seemed like inspiration. But every time I touched it, my skin prickled, and the air grew heavy, like someone was watching. One night, curiosity won. I opened it. The pages were brittle, filled with strange symbols and Latin phrases. A single sentence stood out. "He who reads shall see the truth, but the truth shall claim him." I shivered but kept reading. The words twisted in my mind. I saw flashes, shadows moving in my peripheral vision, faces that weren't there. I slammed the book shut, my heart racing. The room felt colder, the shadows deeper. I told myself it was just my imagination, but I could not have slept that night. I heard whispers, like voices trapped in the walls. I checked every corner of my apartment. Nothing. I locked the book in a drawer, hoping that would end it. It didn't. The next day, my friend Clara came over. She was a skeptic, always teasing me for my ghost stories. I told her about the book, expecting her to laugh. Instead, she frowned and pulled it from the drawer. "Let's see what's so scary," she said. I begged her not to open it, but she flipped to a random page. Her eyes widened and she dropped it, said, "I saw something," she whispered. "A man, but wrong. His face." She didn't finish. She left, pale and shaking, and didn't answer my calls after that. I decided to destroy the book. I grabbed a lighter, ready to burn it in the sink. But when I opened the drawer, the book was on the coffee table again. I froze. I hadn't touched it. My hands shook as I tried the lighter, but the flame wouldn't catch. The pages didn't even char. A low hum filled the room, and the lights flickered. I threw the book across the room, and it landed open. The symbols glowed faintly, pulsing like a heartbeat. I ran to my bedroom and locked the door, but the whispers followed, louder now, chanting my name. I called my brother, Ethan, for help. He was the practical one, a mechanic who didn't believe in anything he couldn't fix. He came over that night, rolling his eyes at my story. "You're stressed, man," he said. I showed him the book still open on the floor. He picked it up and his smirk vanished. "What the hell?" he said. The air grew thick and a shadow moved behind him, a tall, thin figure with no face. I screamed, but Ethan didn't see it. He dropped the book and backed away, his hands trembling. "I felt something cold," he said. He left, promising to research the book's origins. I couldn't stay in the apartment alone. I took the book to another library, hoping to find answers. The librarian, Ms. Hargrove, was an older woman who knew every obscure text in the city. I showed her Veritas Noctis, and her face paled.
"This is a grimoire," she whispered, "tied to a 17th century cult. They believed it summoned a truth eater, a thing that feeds on your secrets."
She refused to touch it and told me to bury it far from home. I thanked her and left, but her words haunted me. What secrets did I have worth eating? That night, I drove to a forest outside the city. I dug a hole ready to bury the book, but as I dropped it in, the ground shook. Roots twisted upward, pushing the book back to the surface. The whispers returned, louder, angrier, forming words. "You cannot hide." I stumbled back, my flashlight catching a figure in the trees, tall, faceless, its limbs too long. I ran to my car, the book clutched against my chest. I didn't want it, but I couldn't leave it. Back home, I found Ethan waiting. He dug up an old forum post about Veritas Noctis. It said the book chose its reader, binding them until it claimed their soul. "You need a priest," he said, half joking. I wasn't laughing. The shadows in my apartment moved now, even with the lights on. I saw the faceless figure in mirrors and windows, always closer. I tried to sleep, but the whispers screamed, reciting my fears, my regrets, things I'd never told anyone. I felt it feeding, pulling at my mind. I tracked down a priest, Father Malone, who agreed to meet me at his church. I showed him the book, and he recoiled.
"This is no mere object," he said. "It's a vessel."
He performed a blessing, sprinkling holy water on the book. It hissed, the pages curling, and a scream echoed, not mine, not his, but something else's. The church's candles flickered out, and the faceless figure appeared at the altar, its head tilted. Father Malone clutched his cross, praying, but the figure vanished. The book lay still, but I felt no relief. Matterator speaked, I decided to confront the book one last time. I sat in my apartment, opened it, and read aloud, demanding answers. The air grew heavy, the lights dimmed, and the figure appeared, closer than ever. Its voice filled my head. "Your truth is mine." I saw memories, my failures, my lies, my guilt, twisting into something alive. I slammed the book shut and threw it into the fireplace. This time, it burned, the flames green and unnatural. The figure screamed and the room shook, but the book turned to ash. The whispers stopped. The figure was gone. I thought it was over. I moved to a new apartment, started writing again. But last week, I found a page from Veritas Noctis in my notebook, its symbols glowing faintly. I burned it, but I still hear whispers at night. I see shadows that don't belong. The truth eater isn't gone. It's waiting.